여러분, 안녕하세요. 지니 선생님입니다. Today, we are going to talk about tenses in Korean. How many tenses are there in English? We all know about the past tense. We have to use the past tense for an action that took place in the past. We also have the present tense. Often, students are confused with the usage of the present tense in English. You need to use the present tense for an action that is happening right now or when referring to a habit. Yes, the subject's habits should be used with a present tense, like I get up at 6. I study for 3 hours a day. My mom works, and so on. Anything that will happen in the future should be used with a future tense. Also, of course, we have the progressive tense and perfect tenses. In Korean, there are 3 tenses: the past, the present, the future. There are no perfect tenses. If the present perfect tense is used, just the past tense is used. First of all, let's talk about the present tense. We know 2 different endings: 아요, 어요, 해요 form and 비읍니다, 씁니다 form. Yes, they are the present tense. Number 1. 나는 6시에 일어나요. 나는 6시에 일어납니다. Number 2. 우리 아빠는 건강해요. 우리 아빠는 건강합니다. Number 3. 이번 학기는 12월에 끝나요. 이번 학기는 12월에 끝납니다. Number 4. 나는 지금 빵을 먹어요. 나는 지금 빵을 먹습니다. Number 5. 우리 가족이 내년에 한국에 가요. 우리 가족이 내년에 한국에 갑니다. The first sentence will be, I get up at 6 o'clock. The second sentence will be, my dad is healthy. And the third will be, this semester ends in December. Then how would you translate the fourth sentence? Yes, it is 아요, 어요, 해요 form, but especially because of the word 지금, it is the progressive tense. I am eating bread now. What about the fifth sentence? Our family is going to Korea next year. Those fourth and fifth sentences show that both 아요, 어요, 해요 form and 비읍니다, 씁니다 form can be used as the progressive tense and the future tense as well. Now, let's take a look at the past tense. Using 아요, 어요, 해요 form, the past tense of the ending is 왔어요, 없어요, 했어요. Notice that 왔어요, 없어요, 했어요 follows the same rule as the 아요, 어요, 해요. 왔어요 will be used if the vowel used in the last letter of the verb stem is either a or o. For example, to live, 살다. After you drop da, because 살 has a as a vowel, you need to add 왔어요 to 살. So it becomes 살았어요. 살 plus 왔어요. 살았어요. So if you lived in New York, you can say 나는 뉴욕에 살았어요. 없어요 will be used if the vowel used in the last letter of the verb stem is not a or o. For example, to eat, 먹다. After you drop da, because 먹 has o as the vowel, you need to add 없어요 to 먹. So it becomes 먹었어요. 먹 plus 어요. 먹었어요. So if you ate bread yesterday, you can say 나는 어제 빵을 먹었어요. 했어요 should be used if the verb is a 하다 verb. For example, for 공부하다, you need to replace 하다 with 했어요. So it becomes 공부했어요. 공부 plus 했어요. 공부했어요. So if you studied yesterday with a friend, you can say 나는 어제 친구와 같이 공부했어요. When you use the 비읍니다, 씁니다 form, because the same infix at, 엇, het should be used for the past tense, it becomes as습니다, 었습니다, 했습니다. You don't have to worry about the final consonant because of at, ot, het. Did you notice anything for the past tense? I hope you did. For the past tense, you need to use the double consonant as 받침. Knowing this, we can spell correctly when using the past tense. Always, 쌍시옷 should be used. For the future tense, I will introduce two. Something 으릴 거예요, or something겠어요. First of all, something 으릴 거예요 is used and conjugated depending on the final consonant. So if you're going to say, I am going to study this afternoon, you need to conjugate the verb 공부하다 because that's the main verb. Something 으릴 거예요 has nothing to do with 하다 verb, and 공부하다 has no final consonant after dropping 다. Therefore, you need to use only 리을 거예요 to the verb stem. 공부하 plus 리을 거예요. 공부할 거예요. Therefore, the sentence should be 나는 오늘 오후에 공부할 거예요. When you conjugate the verb 먹다, because it has a final consonant in the verb stem, you need to add 을 거예요. 먹 plus 을 거예요. 먹을 거예요. So if you want to say, I'm going to eat dinner at 6 o'clock, you need to say, 나는 저녁을 6시에 먹을 거예요. Here are a few examples using something 으릴 거예요. 우리 엄마와 아빠가 주말에 차를 살 거예요. 나는 내일 엄마와 마켓에 갈 거예요. 네, 이제 앉을 거예요. 방학에 책을 많이 읽을 거예요. I want to introduce another form of the future tense. It is to use 겠어요. Notice that there is nothing in front of 겠어요. We know by now that you're going to use the verb stem in front of 겠어요. So when you use 먹다, it becomes 먹겠어요. When you use 마시다, 마시겠어요. Easy and simple, right? Then what is the difference between something 으릴 거예요 and 겠어요? Something 으릴 거예요 is used to indicate the simple future tense, but 겠어요 is used to show my intention. I said my because 겠어요 is used with a first person in most cases. We talked about the 3 different tenses in Korean. Like I said, there are no perfect tenses, but there are progressive tenses. But the progressive tenses are easy to make. Whenever you want to make the progressive tense, use something 고 있다. Therefore, using the 아요, 어요, 해요 ending, we can say the following. Past progressive tense. Something 고 있었어요. Present progressive tense. Something 고 있어요. Future progressive tense. Something 고 있을 거예요. Or something 고 있겠습니다. Here are examples of using the progressive tense in Korean. 나는 어제 밥을 먹고 있었어요. 지금 공부하고 있어요. 내일 6시에 놀고 있을 거예요. I hope that the Korean tenses are relatively easy to know, and now you can go back to the past or to the future. Excited, right? 다음에 봐요.